Alright, and welcome back to DPL, the last final game of the night for everybody involved for DPL. IG, Vici Gaming, first game going to IG, and we're in this group stage, so it is best of twos or sets of twos, however you really want to say it. Let's take a look at the draft. Tiny Elder Titan for IG, Gyrocopter Sand King for Vici Gaming, and no longer solo. My co-caster is back after a one-game hiatus. What felt like a millennium is now over, as my amazing co-caster Potom is back, and I want to know what you think. What did you think of first game? What do you think of this draft?
Well, we saw the first game from IG. It looked fairly convincing after those later team fights. It was fairly evened out, but in the end, they just kind of rolled over Vici Gaming. And with such a start, with Elder Titan Tiny coming out, I would expect the same, especially because Vici Gaming going a more traditional rate of Gyrocopter Sand King. Banning out on the sideline is the Chen, the Dark Willow, the Tusk, and the Lifestealer from Vici Gaming. Invictus going for the Nature's Prophet, Omni Knight, Naga Siren Disruptor. So no annoying roamers at all available for Vici. They already picked up the Sand King though, so they have a chance to kind of evolve him into one of those.
Yeah, it's weird, because IG had this lineup last game, Sand King, Gyrocopter, and it worked. It worked once Gyro kind of came back, because he had a struggling start, and it was surprising to see him able to come back after, well, the examples we had earlier tonight. And now Vici Gaming, after seeing that, are now going to work with the Gyrocopter and the Sand King. It's interesting to see them go with the lineup that I would say was kind of close to falling off from IG. They just had some really good fights that led to them being able to bring the Gyrocopter back.
I must say, looking at the Vici lineup, Gyrocopter Sand King together is like Naga Siren together with Disruptor, or like Bounty Hunter Disruptor. Yeah, where you just have those two heroes that do not directly have a big combo potential, but they have so much synergy with each other. Looking at Gyrocopter Sand King, usually Sand King gets initiated on, Gyro can chip in from the side and deal a lot of damage because all the attention is on the Sand King, other way around as well. So if a Gyrocopter is getting into a gank or starts to initiate, the cooldown usually gives enough space for a Sand King to channel up that epicenter in the sideline, or even blink in if he has the blink button, just go for reliable kills. And it's a lot of magic damage they provide together with the Caustic Final Slow. Then there's also Gyrocopter Flag Hand dealing physical damage. So it's just all about, it's a really good combination coming up. But I feel like Tiny Elder Titan, that's something along the same lines. Like, you have heavy magic damage from Tiny. You also have the amplifier on the physical damage with the Elder Titan chipping away on all the natural armor with his or natural order. And you also have that insane lockdown in terms of you have the Echo Stomp, you have a Toss, you have an Avalanche, so lots of stuns coming out.
What do you think, really, you know, you talk about how Sand King and Gyrocopter are kind of like that peanut butter jelly kind of duo. What's their bread? What holds it together? What's the one hero that holds those two, that combo together, that lets them able to do what they need?
I would say Sand King is in that position right now. Sand King just works well with everybody. He can go on the off lane, he can go for the roaming position. Even if he gets nothing and he's stuck in a position 5 support, he has that stun available, and once he gets a little bit of space on a lane, he can just level up and reliably get last hits with his passive. But we're getting Sproinkin.
And Enchantress comes out. And this is the first Enchantress I think we've seen in DPL. Usually banned out. In some cases, even just ignored altogether. There's only a couple of teams that I've seen pull this off in Chinese Dota at all, ever. And IG is one of those teams. IG is definitely one of those teams that has played Enchantress in the past and made it work. So,
well, I don't think it's the first Enchantress to see. We had another game, and I hope I'm not wrong on this one. I think it was one of the newbie game we casted against Max. Not too sure.
I'm going to quote you on that, and I am going to totally look it up as you talk about why Enchantress is about to be good for this IG.
No, it was a Chen for newbie, my bad. Also Challenge, yeah, Challenge, both with the VGP, so that is indeed the first Enchantress we see. You were right on that one.
I got my short-term statistics.
Turn
Now my long-term statistics, I need some work. But Vici Gaming, they go to the Bane. Bane, Sand King, Gyrocopter picked up here for the side of Vici. And I think Enchantress with a little bit of farm, first of all, is going to be able to shred this Bane.
10 seconds remaining.
And if Enchantress does have that opportunity to get farm, might be a lot of trouble for Vici. Once Enchantress hits 6, it's a scary situation. And the faster that happens, the scarier it is.
While I agree on that one, there's a lot of burst potential from Vici Gaming. Like, Gyrocopter, Sand King, heavy magic damage, especially the Rocket Barrage early on, completely shreds through the Enchantress. Same with Bane. If you Fiend Script in the end, you most likely get a kill if it's uncontested. There's 3 heroes that can get pretty dangerous for the Enchantress already. They kind of want to provide a more stable setup for her, I imagine.
Yeah, with Elder Titan picked up, I don't see Enchantress being like
Ooh.
That's a 5.
I guess we
right?
just I guess we just picking off lanes and roamers only.
That's apparently the case.
Weird.
10 seconds.
I'm really curious how they actually lane this. This might be
10K
mid-tiny Elder Titan Enchantress off lane Earth Spirit position 5 support, something like that. Definitely don't think it's the tiny on the off lane unless they want to safe lane the Enchantress.
Oh god.
And go hyper aggressive.
They play that lineup. A lot of Chinese teams recently have gone to that hyper aggressiveness. So
Yeah, I think I smell a little bit of a partner in here, but I don't want to commit to the guess yet.
Invictus
I don't know. I feel like the last time you committed to a guess, you last second changed it, and you were right. But then since you changed it, you were wrong. So you're a little gun shy, I would say.
Yeah, that one time you were actually right. You gotta put salt in the wound. Gotcha.
10 seconds.
But
You
no
were
less,
right for a split second.
We have a Venomancer from Vici
5
Gaming,
seconds
and
remaining.
that's a pick you usually do not see at all. But I feel like this is either an offlane or a mid Venomancer. I do not think this is going to be Dujara mid for once.
Dire team
I think this is just, we see how many offlaners and roamers you have. We're going to pick Venomancer, who's good against at least 2 of them, and then just rotate him against the Enchantress whenever he can.
So you're the captain here. You have 1 pick
10
left
seconds
for
remaining.
either team. You see your lineups, you see your
5
bans. What does it come
seconds
down
remaining.
to? By the way, Pugna banned out by IG.
Dire team pick.
That's a good ban actually from Invictus Gaming then. But Vici Gaming last pick, Viper ban out. What could it be? Shadow Fiend or Dragon Knight mid for Vici Gaming.
Okay.
Invictus is gonna
10
go
seconds
since the
remaining.
DP is banned out. They banned the Bad Rider
Invictus
themselves.
Gaming's turn to
Neither. It's a Visage.
Oh, come on, that's almost impossible to guess.
I
Right,
said
then
it.
I'm gonna.
No, I didn't.
Sure.
No, I didn't.
Wanna take that back?
I'll guess for IG, I guess.
10 seconds remaining.
Hyper aggressive.
OD or
5
Shadow
seconds
Fiend.
remaining.
OD or Shadow Fiend. So you're not thinking Tiny mid or Enchantress mid. They could go with the.
I think they want.
Death
I think they want
Prophet's
a more
banned.
traditional mid.
Yeah, I like the OD pick there actually. Can't go Storm. They could actually. Not terrible, but yeah, I like it. Okay.
Oh, the
Choose your
Lycan.
hero.
God damn it! I should have seen it coming. I saw the Bad Rider ban. I should have called it, but
Mid Lycan too. If it sticks to form.
every time I call Lycanthrope, I kind of get screwed over. So I didn't call it this time.
I liked your OD pick. I honestly thought that would have been quite nice here. But it's almost
I like the IG lineup. I think they're just gonna roll over them. They have a lot of
I think
they have a lot of rollover potential.
Enchantress might struggle though.
Think so?
Yeah.
Lycanthrope has a fairly easy lane for himself. Same goes with the Tiny. They should be able to sustain themselves. And Enchantress kind of can rely on Elder Titan Earthblood keeping her alive. The triple E heroes. That's going to be confusing. They have so much aggressive power in those lanes. They should be able to lock down the Gyrocopter early on, and it's going to come down to mid-game scenario. And for that, they have the Lycanthrope. So as soon as he comes online, there's not much that actually stops him from pushing. The only thing there would be is the Fiend's Grip. Otherwise, you're just looking at him basically dodging every ability in the game.
So you say you like IG. I can't personally say I like the Vici lineup. I just think it'll be able to possibly shut down the Enchantress. But you took IG, I'll take Vici. I'll go for it.
Well, you're an underdog person, aren't you? I'm going with IG. IG got this. What does the most important thing is what does the win probability graph says? It's gonna be 51% in favor of Vici. Okay.
Homing missile on Boca with the Burrow Strike coming through. Vici already set up to take first blood and will. It'll go to Fenrir, so an early start for the side of Vici.
Yeah, they have a really strong level 1. Not only Vandermans and Gyrocopter, they also have the Bane and the Sand King. So that's 3 of the most powerful level 1 heroes. So that's no big surprise that they managed to snag that off. Still, lane-wise, it looks like we're gonna have the standard Enchantress off-lane with Baboka together. With the mid Lycan, bottom goes for Aggressive. Aggressive's gonna have a lot of fun against the Venomancer. Ha, joke's on you, he's not. It's a pretty terrible lane. But they managed to go at least for the even rune split with two for both teams.
What have we here?
So,
You done drinking yet, Mr. Beacop?
no. I'm never done. I'm never done drinking.
Oh, you should look for help, dude. Drinking is not healthy.
Yeah, it's all water. It's all just water to me. Not helping my cause by saying something like that. How do you feel about this Visage mid? Especially against the Lycan mid. It looks like the oddest matchup mid I think I've ever seen.
Well, Lycan not so much. Visage was used to play in the mid lane, so it's not that much of a difference. However, this specific lineup, yes, you usually did see them. But I must say I would favor the Visage in this lane. But neither side will be able to just zone somebody out. Visage just has the advantage of slowing down the Lycan's attack speed. Might be getting some ice off of him. That should provide him with a little bit of an advantage. But as soon as Lycanthrope comes online, and especially since he's going for the Wolves build with Feral Impulse and skipping the Howl, he's going to have enough summons to actually pressure down the Visage.
Structures are fortified.
Visage, it'll be interesting to see where he goes in terms of items and how long he sticks to this lane. Is it going to just be till he's got familiars and then move over, try to rotate a little bit more? Are we going to see anybody really rotate for him? I don't really see Sand King or Bane really coming his way that often, so it seems like he's just going to be stuck here by himself, at least, to fight 1v1 against this Lycan, whereas maybe an Earth Spirit comes on over mid, or even an Elder Titan, or both.
I feel like this is going to be an absolute farm lane for the Visage. I don't think he wants to rotate early on. He wants to ideally finish up 1 or 2 core items. But 11 looks to be going down. Yeah. It's the downside of the Venomancer. Like, you really need levels, and he's stuck on level 2, means he doesn't have that defensive power at all.
Invis coming out for a Lanham. Keep him alive. Not that he was really in much harm of going down, but you think this is a max scale kind of lane right now?
I'm not too sure yet if he wants to pick up the Poison Sting. I will think he's going to skip Plague Rolls for quite some time, due to the fact that there's 2 melees and usually Gale or high-level Gale as well as Poison Sting is better over that. Might see the max scale simply for the fact that he has a Sand King and he also has someone like a Visage on his team, so they have a high amount of round damage, but we're gonna see it sooner or later, especially after this big wave. Should be pumping him up to level 3.
get to that level 3, we'll get a better picture of where he's going to go. I feel as though Venomous Gale could be quite nice on Aggressive, constantly throwing it on him and having the opportunity to get a kill, possibly with the Sand King as well as the Bane, who Bane over top has to watch out as the Echo Stomp lands. SRF coming on over with the Enchantress, who's only level 3. Then we take a look over bottom again. As 11 and Aggressive just trading some blows, but Fenrir able to make it all the way back past the tower and survive for now.
Yeah, he did go for the Poison Sting in the end. Probably the most sensible choice considering that he's mostly alone against his Tiny so far. Boker slowly pulling and getting some experience from jungle. Just having those 3 extra seconds as well as the amplified damage, just so valuable. Like it's probably one of the best spells to have on level 2, Poison Sting on 2. Just because it's not only 3 seconds more of the duration, it's also 8 more damage, so it more than doubles the damage.
Haven't seen really Baboka head over mid at all. He's been sort of quiet, to be quite honest. The early half of this game is worry over mid. The Echo Stomp will come through, sweeping up this Visage. They'll have the damage to take out this Visage and get the kill.
Yeah, that's just the power of the mid lane, especially with the level 3 wolves. He just, if not for the blocking potential, it's also down. The Visage is fairly squishy against multiple damage sources. Gonna have a stun on the Enchantress top though.
Stun on the Enchantress top. We take a look. SRF in a little bit of trouble, but the Stomp comes out onto 3, so it slows down Vici for a moment. Land him in the Sandstorm. Fenrir trying to run away, Baboka and Q as well as SRF are going to continue to chase on Fenrir with one more shot coming through. SRF will get the kill on the Fenrir, and TPing away will be the Gyrocopter. Thought for a moment I'd be able to take a sip of my freshly brewed coffee to keep me awake. But unfortunately,
another kill. Just getting sproinked off top. This Enchantress is a perfect kill early on. They don't have the necessary damage output, especially in between the creep waves yet. There's only level 2 rocket barrage available. Jaro is getting a lot of levels, but he's doing pretty bad in terms of last hits. In fact, all of the Vici gaming heroes are doing pretty bad. So the mid lane actually was in Life Control's favor, having 30 last hits or 29 over the 20 of the Visage. Enchantress top, sitting on 20 over the 16 of the Gyrocopter. And at bottom, you have Tiny with 30 last hits, leading the chart over the 19 of the Venomizer. Which is to be expected. Venom still gets a good amount of farm, only died once, so it shouldn't be too bad of a lane for him. But they have to watch out that this Tiny doesn't scale off too much, because if Aggressive gets ahead, then maybe gets like an early Shadow Blade, he can blow up potentially 2, if not 3 heroes from the side of Vici.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how 11 plays this Venomancer, because when I think of Venomancer, I think of someone like DK Phobos, who absolutely shreds on this hero. And I want to see if 11, you know, maybe not, while not having the best lane, can make it that kind of lane. That's going to work out for him, get those kind of items that he needs, and work towards really benefiting and helping his team as they start to crunch in over towards bottom with Ori here with the double damage as well as the familiars. Bane's down here as well, so 3 heroes are down towards bottom. Lanham over towards mid. They're going to look for the Echo Stomp. Lanham swiped up. There's the shapeshift from XSS to continue to move on forward. He's got the Burrow Strike available to make some space. And around the trees, they'll go not enough damage and he'll be able to TP out. Meanwhile, over towards bottom, look at this tower just get annihilated.
Power of Visage early on. They can't really contest him with the 2 stuns from Familiars. You really did not risk it going up against them, so Baboka is going to back off. They already evacuated Q off the bottom lane as well. Tiny is happily at top, Aggressive farming over there, and they're just going to keep him ahead of them. It's going to be the first T1 down in favor of Vici Gaming, like he did not manage to take down the mid tower due to Paparazzi TPing in. But I think he should be still fine. Like, IG, yes, they don't have as much pushing power early on, but they have so much potential later, because Enchantress +2 on one lane and Lycan Trip on the other, with probably the Tiny Aggressive rotating around and just looking for targets.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And there goes the mid tower.
XSS gets the mid tower. Paparazzi able to go over bottom, try and farm up. The only one here is Baboka. And then you take a look at where SRF is about to hit that level 6, have that impetus available, that extra damage burst. And now Avalanche actually comes out on 11. They're going to continue to chase, look for something with the wolves, go into the trees. We'll see if SRF can make something happen, but there's the Venomous Gale under this tier 1 tower. Not a great spot to be in with the Nature's Attendants coming through. There was that kill in Baboka, but now with Paparazzi coming on over, we'll see if Vici are able to make something happen as the chase was on for a moment. But IG through the trees, walk away.
Vici has to be really careful here. If they overstep their boundaries, even his level enchantment is going to punish them to get up to Tiny. You know how it is against the Lycanthrope. If you lose even one of your heroes, you're probably going to lose a tower as well.
And the push is going to be really nice from IG come the mid half of this game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Looking for the mid tower.
So looking for the rolling boulder over bottom. Avalanche toss. They'll throw it on a Fenrir. Geomagnetic grip to silence him up. Aggressive gets the kill on a Fenrir. Meanwhile, over mid, look at these familiars start to work this tower. Ori with the Helm of the Dominator on top of all that has the Alpha Wolf. And just outputting so much damage at the moment.
Yeah, they really have this passive, they have the passive-aggressive lineup, you could say, on IG. Like, you can't really contest them, because if they do, they shred you to bits and take your towers. Vici has to find a way around it. They accomplished that by going for a smoke gank with something and Ori on the Visage. Let's see if they accomplish something with this dagger.
So SRF had this good lane. We'll see if it ends up working out and doing more for the side of IG, but it looks like they're trying to wrap around on this Enchantress. Ori spots him, so SRF about to be in a lot of trouble with the Burrow Strike, the Rocket Barrage, the Call Down. That's a lot of quick damage that SRF cannot take care of, and Nature's Attendants are not. You're going to go down on that one.
Yeah, that's way too much magical damage to come out. He's already working towards start pipe, or potential pipe later on, Hood of Defiance for now, to might get some of the damage, but it's still going to be a rough game for him. He's primarily here for the pushing power.
Ooh, Shapeshift, Rolling Boulder, as well as the Geomagnetic Grip that silences up for a moment to get the Burrow Strike out. Just hold the Burrow Strike from getting out. The Boulder Smash is what hit from Baboka. The Burrow Strike hits on 2. Now you've got the Echo Stomp that gets one of these zeros. But Vici, they are deterred enough to not chase in onto the Lycan, plus you're not going to catch them.
Nonetheless, it's the second Shapeshift that did kind of get wasted without anything accomplished. Last time only a little bit of damage on the T1 mid. So, not sure where they want to go from here. Like, they're looking for the Necrobrick on the Lycanthrope. Tiny is going to finish up the Blink Dagger stats on no Shadow Blade. That's interesting. Paparazzi now finishing the run through him. Probably going to go into phases afterwards. Still not right.
Are you surprised with how much Vici are getting from IG in terms of towers?
A little bit, but I would say it is to be expected with the Visage. He did went for the Helm of the Dominator build himself, so he is able to steal away a creep from the Lycanthrope as well. And with the wards now in level 3, Ori has the Visage up with Max Grave Reaper's Cloak. They have a lot of stuff to deal with for Invictus Gaming. IG is probably going to punish that by basically outmaneuvering on the map instead of going straight up face to face with them.
In terms of the farm, Tiny ahead, going for the Blink Dagger first, and we'll finally pick it up. From what we've seen, it's been usually the Shadow Blade first for Tiny. But going to the Blink Dagger, now you take a look over bottom. The call down comes through with the Nightmare from Fenrir. They'll get the Rocket Barrage out. They'll get the kill on the Q. So Paparazzi with the easy kill on the IG's Q. And take a look over top of the Avalanche toss with the Impetus damage coming through on 11. One more shot will get the kill. He'll clean up one. Maybe look for more, but Ori with the damage output as well as Lana with the Nature's Attendants keeping him alive with the Rolling Boulder coming out as well as the Magnetize from Ori. The Geomagnetic Grip on to Ori as well, and there is the toss. SRF gets the kill on Ori. They'll look for more. Avalanche comes in. SRF with the triple kill, and IG completely turn that around. They continue to go in and try for SRF, but just can't handle him.
Really paying off their maxing Nature's Attendants. That's just crazy. Somebody gets sproinked again.
SRF is just
it's the raw power. Like, if they cannot burst the Enchantress down before the Nature's Attendants hit, you pretty much lose the fight. Talking about losing the fight, Old Titan just respawned and died again.
Goes right over bottom, dies. And it's 8-6 in favor of IG in terms of kills. 2,000 net worth in their lead. Ooh, they're coming over bottom again. The Nightmare comes out on a Baboka. But here comes SRF, so they cannot commit to that.
Yeah, they want to test this Enchantress, not after triple kill. It's also the Hood of Defiance now finished up on her side. So going for the... Oh, a lot of items queued up there. Probably a Hurricane Pike though, so just get some distance from the Gyrocopter. Being able to reliably hit damage on him would be nice. Gyro now looking towards the BKB. With the face drums completed, together with an Ocula. Yeah, that's about the most standard build you see on Gyrocopter these days, if not picked up in, I would say, 80% of the matches. And you can swap out the BKB with the SMI, of course.
I think last game we saw both the SNY and the BKB. But it was Gyrocopter that was
well, it's
very
about the
far
order.
behind.
You always want to go for both of the items, but it always depends. If you need the protection, you go for the BKB. If you feel like you can be fine with just stats, you go for SMI and have an additional slow in your pickup.
Smoked up is the side of IG. Aggressive XSS and Baboka heading over towards bottom. Couple of heroes here for Vici too. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to smoke up in just a moment.
Dire are scanning.
And they're looking like they're posturing for it. At least, once somebody shows. They might not even go for the smoke just because they're right here by the tower. They might just go in. SRF, the one showing at the front for right now, has Nature's Attendants level 4.
Oh, they smell something is wrong here. They're backing off. They're out of this one. That's probably the right call considering that Q isn't there. He's still sitting in mid. Nice combo. Never forget that Echo Storm can shred through the familiars from the Visage.
On top of which, that Astral Spirit's going to get even more damage with the help from those familiars.
Yeah. Third Actress is completed on the Visage. That's going to help out against the Enchantress as well as the Tiny. It's getting rid of them. Pesky armor. But I must say, IG doesn't look like they feel comfortable in the current situation. They want to do more, but VG, it's a Venomancer and the Visage. You never kind of want to get caught off guard anywhere.
So here it is. They're going to smoke up his 4. Look over towards mid. SRF, I don't know if he's the one you want to go for. If he gets that Nature's Attendants out, he's going to be in a good way, but he's got the Fiend's Grip. There's the Exxon that's going to land on 5 of these, or 4 of these heroes on the side of Vici that keeps him alive. The Earth Splitter comes on through with Baboka coming in with the Magnetize on a bunch of these heroes, but the Rocket Barrage is shredding them right now. They turn it around for just a moment. 11's going to use that ulti. They'll take him out. SRF now dominating. They'll take out Fenrir next. Burrow Strike as well as the Epicenter hitting him from Latinum. The Echo Stomp hits on 2. That's going to lock him in for just a moment. Ori trying to run away, especially from SRF. But one more shot will get the kill. XSS cleans him up. Latinum on the high ground trying to find SRF. But again, he's not your target. As the Burrow Strike lands and XSS still alive. Latinum now forced to run. But here comes the big bad deer. Doe, a deer, a female deer. She's coming for you, Latinum. You gotta run away. And just with that blink, is able to make some space. Ooh, and actually, as I say that, Baboka comes in with the Rolling Boulder Smash, and Geomagnetic Grip gets the kill on Latinum.
But Baker, the sniper, just keeping track. Had hold on the high ground, that helped a little bit over here, but still a good roll, just predicting the movement and getting winning. And he almost did not make it out the first time, but the Necro and Omicron unit actually burned his Burst Strike mana away. He wanted to go on the low ground with it and blink away, but a nice lockdown. And looking at the fight in general, they just got what was it, 3? Yeah, no, it was 4 kills, right? Only Gyrocopter made it out, I'm pretty sure on that one.
Now that the Sand King died, yeah.
Yeah, so 4 in total for only the Earth Spirit, who did his job. He rolled in. He used Magnetize. He respawned and got another kill.
Homing Missile over top with the call down Rocket Barrage. Q is going to die, but this might come at the life of Paparazzi going out there. And yeah, you got the kill on the other Titan, but trading for your own life is questionable at best. So 3,000 net worth lead here for IG. Looking to take another point in this group stage. If they could sweep Vici, it would almost guarantee them that top spot in the group.
Yeah, at least the qualification to the upper kind of level of the bracket. I would still say that newbie, not newbie, excuse me, that Keen Gaming would still be a contender for the top spot. They have the same amount of games dropped now, as far as I know.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah, that
attack.
one game is all that IG has dropped so far. And other than that, they've been clean. They look really good at the moment. And this newish lineup really starting to come into form for them, with XSS in a new spot in the lineup, no longer in the offlane. Over mid, SRF their offlaner now, and with Aggressive in the safe lane, they just have looked so fluid, and it seems like their chemistry is there for sure.
Yeah, they really are playing strong. I must say, so far all their lineups as well, beside the fact that they're one of the rare teams that does not resort to the gyrocopter every time, and I'm pretty sure we all really like seeing gyrocopter in every game. Everybody likes them. There's so much difference in those games. A bit switching it up is nice from time to time, and IG's doing just that with Enchanted picks, Lycanthrope back in the meta, which is one of the heroes everybody likes too, right? Everybody likes Lycanthrope, unless you play against them.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of playing against it. But Aggressive moving forward. Mid is the Venomancer, and that might just be their target. Fenrir on the back lines, but a little bit too far back to save this Venomancer. The Geomagnetic Grip comes in with the avalanche toss of Aggressive. Will get the kill.
And guess what? You got a kill, you got a Lycanthrope and ultimate, you're going straight to rage to get another objective, and they count the test. Or count they?
Yeah, 11 buys back, and that's immediately into the smoke from Vici, and just that buyback forces IG back for a moment.
Yeah, but that's the easiest retreat they made all day. Like, that just amplifies the net retreat even more.
And they drums forward, just not finding anything.
They know that Vici can't secure rage as fast as they can with the Lycanthrope. They also have the vision advantage. Now they're all stacking up on their side of the map. The only one actually isolated is the aggressive bottom, and it's highly unlikely they rotate this way all the way down the bottom.
They could make a play if they wanted to. They have the smoke on the Elder Titan, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them smoke up and try and fight around the Roche pick, then go for the Aegis.
I think for the Vanguard on the Elder Titan, that's an unusual build. Usually we would expect something like along the lines of the Falstaff, going for the Yield Scepter. Just going for Tanky Titan, apparently.
Ooh, I kind of like that name, Tanky Titan. Sounds like a kids show superhero.
I still want to see the Carry Titan, where you just go for a carry build and wait until you're 25 for that 100% lifesteal. He has actually good talents for it. He gets bonus health or movement speed, he gets extra damage on his spirit, 70 attack speed on 20, and 100% lifesteal on 25. Like, what can you wish more for, I'd say? That's better than a free Satanic.
Please, somebody out there do
Pull it off. Coming to a pop game near you soon.
So 11 just holding them off over mid, throws the Gale out, and no smoke on either support here for Vici, but interestingly enough, Aeon Disc for the Sand King.
That's reasonable, I would say. He's struggles a lot in actually dealing out damage anyways against the Enchantress and all the heroes from the side of IG.
Smoke
So
from IG around the back. They're going to blink on forward. The Avalanche toss coming through on the Gyro cover. They've already taken out Paparazzi with the Earth Splitter, splitting this fight, as well as the Echo Stomp. 11 gets the ulti off, but he's dead soon after, with the Magnetize on top of him. They look over the rest of the fights. They've already taken out 3. The Magnetize on Ori and Lanham. The chase is on, but they won't find them. They'll just take out the Familiars, as well as the Helm the Dominator, or the dominated Hellbear.
I must say, that's 3 heroes plus the Familiars plus the Dominator creep. Lots of damage coming their way. Now looking at the 7k network lead actually. Guess what? It's fast rage time because you just kill the hero and after that comes the T2 mid. And this time there's no Venomancer Moira to save you, Vici.
Aegis on aggressive, and I can understand that. XSS not exactly the best hero to have the Aegis on once you use that shapeshift.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, I think it's still reasonable. He wants to split push quite a lot with Lycanthrope, so giving the Aegis.
Hard soon on the Tiny. Coming into that.
And that's an interesting item. So I was expecting something more lines of an AC to further get rid of the armor after you already have the Elder Titan on your team who maxed the natural order. But apparently they really want that hard so Tiny doesn't die, and it's a Venomancer, so you could argue that's the right call to make. However, he already has the something out there. He did go for the power treads. He has a lot of passive health just coming from stats already. So straight up going for a heart. Not sure if that is the right call, but looks like he's going to see it through.
Could that be strictly off the fact that maybe XSS goes for the AC after BKB?
Well, that could be. But if you can have a fast AC on a Tiny or Lycanthrope, it doesn't really matter where you put it on. Lycanthrope can go for other items. Nonetheless, they're going to be super tanky in the fights, and they probably don't care about the Venomancer. He's not doing too well. He did go for a Vanguard himself, so apparently Venomancer with Vanguard is now a thing. Going into the Crimson Guard, which is probably the right call against Lycanthrope. I would say his team told him, we need a Crimson Guard who's the furthest behind. It's you, Venomancer. Have fun.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Going for a lot of armor in general. Vici is finishing up the AC too.
So push it all the way to the tier 3, and they are going to shapeshift with the rolling boulder coming out though for the boulder smash. Oh, what a shot from Baboka! Are you kidding me? Long range downtown, shoots it in for 3, and Ori now in a lot of trouble. Geomagnetic grip as well as the boulder smash again. XSS will clean up Ori and Baboka. A nice shot called there with that boulder smash. I'm impressed every single time.
That was such a prediction, actually, knowing he's not going to TP by utilizing the shapeshift from over here without having any vision on the Visage. And let's go for it in the end and still find him. Oh look, guess what? Free Venomancer in the mid lane. Might even get Lanham.
Yeah, they should be able to get him with the Geomagnetic Grip. Avalanche comes through, and the damage from SRF all too much. They're getting heavily killed here. 12,000 net worth.
They can easily kill off 2 ranks if there's not a full lineup from Vici on the high ground.
Alright, you can enfeeble the Tiny, but 2017 or 217 minus 4 is really not a big deal. You're still hitting for 213.
That's all the outage is done. 14k net for fleet now. I know it's looking pretty grim for Vici. They can't really get that gyrocopter online. He doesn't do enough damage even with the BKB. Look at him, he's going straight for the rapier in 26 minutes.
Wow.
That's just a desperation move, because realizing no other item can potentially save them in the game, but even if he reaches the rapier, what is the barrier there for IG to just run up and kill him? It's only the Sun King.
Just like that, Avalanche toss comes out. Paparazzi forced to use that BKB, but look at the amount of damage they're just not doing. To the side of IG is now they've got the ulti coming through from the Venomancer. So the beat script that was used by Fenrir. Earth Splitter comes out. That's going to hit onto 11 as you continue on further into the base. They've got the Echo-Stomp. That's going to land on 2 with the Magnetize that hit a couple of these heroes. They'll take out Lanham next. Once he comes out of this sandstorm, he's actually dusted up. Doesn't go down. Blinks into the well. They'll take up Rax. They've lost nothing. Homing missile hits onto Q, but it doesn't quite matter.
It's just nothing Vici can do against it. So they're going to lose the range ranks as well. Might get aggressive. You just got Stone Knight? Maybe? Nope, it's Tiny. Never mind.
I don't even think he cares if they do grab the Aegis on him. He's ready to be back to full health.
Yeah, but on the other hand, he has a heart. He's just hitting, and the only thing he needs is like 50 mana every 15 seconds. Look what he finds. It's not Henry. He's going to pick it up. Yeah, of course, it's going to be like a trade. I don't think there's much stopping IG from just running up high ground once more.
There's Aegis expiring, but he's back up to full health. Anyway, now gets the mana and the smoke from IG. They continue to want to put the pressure on. They're going to run right into 11. So that is a huge problem. There's the Rolling Boulder. That's going to be right onto this Venomancer. Venomancer's got literally nowhere to go. Avalanche toss. XSS gets the kill. And now you take a look a little bit deeper into the base as they go for the tier 3. Fenrir can only just watch his tier 3 just get annihilated here.
Well, tier 3. I don't see any tier 3 here.
Ooh, Blink with the toss. Ori into the rest of the team. Where do you go from here? SRF on the sidelines. Nobody's going after him except for Lanham finally coming through with a barrel strike. They've got the BKB pop by Paparazzi was also the Earth Splitter coming in. Nobody did just yet on the side of IG, and nobody really unhealthy on the side of IG. SRF, if he really wanted to, he could pop those Nature's Attendants, but he doesn't need it. He'll continue to move on forward, take the bottom tier 3, take the bottom set of racks, and now IG are going to start to infiltrate the base. You take a look at Paparazzi's name. People's put there from Fenrir, but it's not doing enough to deter IG that much. They step back for a moment. They've got Shapeshift. They go back in. Avalanche toss with the damage coming out from XSS. The Burrow Strike's going to keep Lanham alive for a moment for the Geomagnetic Grip. That gets the kill. Now they look over at Paparazzi with a look at this Invictus damage coming out from SRF. Ori goes down. They look over at 11. That's going to be more than enough damage to get the kill again. Lanham with the Epicenter. That does absolutely nothing. The Echo Stomp comes in. That's going to sweep up this Sand King. Down he goes. Dead again. GG's called 2-0 IG.
Like intro. Nothing else to say.
Enchantress. Nothing else to say. Come on, that guy.
Yeah,
SRF killed
them.
him.
Spronks and wolves. Lots of creeps, lots of summons, and just a Gyrocopter not getting online.
Again.
I must say, their offlane Venomancer not really working out either.
Yeah. The Venomancer didn't really get much done, and it seemed like once SRF had enough space to come online and do everything that he needed to do, 8-1 and 13, he was making space for the rest of the team, and over mid, XSS had a great lane, and from there was able to work, especially once SRF hit 6. It was just that easy for IG, and they take the series 2-0, solidify themselves as at least going into the playoffs, and you know, now you take a look at the group. They're going to have 7 points, 3 points in front of LFY in just as many series. It looks really good for them.
Yeah, and there's still half the game left to Keen Gaming, which is going to be interesting. If Keen Gaming manages to get some points off of IG, they're going to throw the entire group stage over. Like, then we're looking at probably CDAC and Vici Game potentials getting stuck in the bottom row. Vici Game and the LGD really fighting it out against them. So it's all on Keen Gaming versus Invictus.
Basically, IG need 1 point against Keen Gaming, and they clinch. Because even if they were to tie with LFY, they beat LFY 2-0 in their series, so tiebreaker I would assume is that. And they'd take top of the bracket, top of the group. And that puts them straight into the semifinals, which means they're 1 win away from going to, or 1 series win after that, from going to MDL, which is perfect. And IG, this new lineup, this is a decent group of Vici, Keen, Vici Gaming Potential, CDC, and LGD Forever Young. So it's nothing to, you know, just say, oh, it's just Chinese Dota. There's so many teams, and they're just in an easier group. This is a group full of teams that are killers at times, and IG
the problem with Chinese Dota, is that all the teams in the top area are just so good. Then they have too many good teams. God damn it! We need a new team, new tier for them.
Yeah, there's 12 teams in this qualifier. Every one of them, I would say, has a shot at qualifying at least. Maybe 1 or 2 that don't fit the bill, and if you look at the groups, you can tell who they are. But for the most part, 80% of the teams, they're rock solid, and on any given day can make a play. And IG Vitality, they've got 5 points. They have the same record as IG. We could see both IG teams qualify for a big-time tournament in the first time in, what, like a year? That hasn't happened in a long time. And with IG taking that series 2-0, they're looking really good right now. So that's it from us. IG take the series 2-0 over Vici. I think they're 1 point away from qualifying for at least the semifinals of the playoff area of this qualifier. I'm your caster, B-Cop, at BCop92 on Twitter. I'm joined here by Potom of the Moon, at Potom of the _Moon on Twitter. And that's it for us tonight. It is now just about 7 o'clock in the morning for myself, and I think, midday for you. And it's been great. I really do appreciate it. I love Chinese Dota. I know the camera work was a little sloppy in this last series. I was getting a little bit tired, to be honest, and I do apologize for that. And I hope you guys can forgive me. It was crappy, and I'll be the first one to admit that. And I hope to make it up to you guys in the next series that I get to do. And thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good afternoon. See you guys later.